few months ago, I wanted to buy a pair of socks. But not just any pair of socks. You see, I wanted to purchase a pair of purple socks with pineapples on them. And it seems that purple socks with pineapples on them come at a rather high price. However much I wanted a pair of these socks, I simply wasn't willing to fork out the £7.99 required to purchase them. So I did what anybody would do, and I decided to spend the next 2 hours on the internet researching and trying to buy these socks for the lowest price possible. And it looks like it was worth it. After 2 hours, I managed to get this lovely pair of pineapple socks that I'm wearing here today for the bargain price of £1.41. But was this really such a smart move? Were the 2 hours that I spent finding these socks really worth the small amount of money that I saved? And is my time only worth £3.29 an hour? We live in a society where we're more connected than ever before, and this, in turn, has enabled us to do more things ourselves. But has this given us greater freedom, or has it just wasted more of our time? We buy from discount shops, thinking we found bargains, but we don't factor in the time that it takes to rummage through stock. We drive out of our way because petrol is slightly cheaper, but again, we don't factor in the time that it takes to get to this less expensive station. Although we may achieve minuscule savings, they come at the cost of our free time. And to me, this just didn't feel right. I thought about it for a while, and I think I've come up with the solution: outsourcing. Or in other words, paying people to do stuff for you. By paying people to do tasks that we don't want to do or can't do, we can spend more of our time doing things that we, well, actually enjoy. The only problem is finding individuals to exchange tasks with. But this is where outsourcing websites enter the picture. There are online marketplaces where anyone from anywhere around the world can advertise a service, often called a gig, in exchange for a small fee. These services can be absolutely anything, ranging from website building to proofreading, or if for some strange reason you want a video message recorded as Kermit the Frog, you've definitely come to the right place. Now, I wanted to try out these services and see if outsourcing could be the solution to taking back control of our free time. And one of the services offered was TED Talk ghostwriting. And some of you can probably see where this is going next. So what I decided to do was outsource a speech. But this speech would be about outsourcing. And I added another box to make it look cooler through an outsourcing website. And suddenly we've got a speech within a website, and it starts to look a bit like Inception. So the first thing I did was I wrote an email to a very mysterious Mr. X, telling him I wanted a speech about outsourcing that would make me look awesome. And exactly 24 hours later, I received a response that read, "Dearest friend," which was nice because I was looking to make a new friend. And it went on to tell me that my assignment had been completed. And it was at this moment where I thought maybe this wasn't the smartest idea. So I open up this email, and there are 2 attachments. And I open up the first one, and the first thing that pops up is a virus warning. Now, I don't know about you, but I liked it a lot better when viruses were free. I had to pay £8 for that virus. £8! But never mind, I open up the second attachment, and it contains a Word document. And I read this through, and my jaw drops in awe. For you see, this speech that I had gotten was completely terrible. It started off by talking about how public addresses are a riot, went on to talk about the hustle and bustle of Thanksgiving dinner, told me I don't have to pay taxes, and then proceeded to copy and paste half the Wikipedia page on outsourcing. So much for my plagiarism-free guarantee. And we go back to this very simple business model, and we start to see that maybe it's actually a bit flawed. Although I got a lovely virus, I also got a not so great speech. Clearly, this wasn't the solution to taking back control of our time, but I decided to try again, this time when booking my driving test. You see, when I was trying to take my driving test, I couldn't find any dates or times that were available to me. So what did I do? Well, I paid for a service which automatically checks when new appointments come up. And if it finds one, it will book it for me. Now, this was nothing that I couldn't have done myself. You see, I could have very easily logged onto a computer and checked. So why didn't I? It's because I value my time over the small fee that I paid to do this task. And I was so impressed by this that I did it again. And then I did it again. And then I finally passed. Overall, I think we're starting to value small savings over our free time. And this just doesn't feel right. It's time that we take back control of our free time. So maybe it's starting to outsource. Maybe it's time that we bring back the middleman and we pay someone else to do it. And with all the time that we're saving, we can do amazing things. Or if you're like me, you can do less amazing things, like start your own website. But not just any website, a website selling purple socks with pineapples on them.